That is Frank Muchacharo. Going off in position number 4. It will be the number 26 of Dennis Fowler from Clinton, Connecticut. Next up on the field, driving the number 81, it will be Diego Monahan from Quaker Hill, Connecticut. 6th starting spot belongs to the number 51. Essex Limousine, Serve Pro of Norwich, Eagle Fence and Guardrail, Big A Auto Parts of North Branford, and Flanders Bake Shop present Waterford, Connecticut's Rob Janovic Jr. On the inside of row number 4, driving the 19, Cordon & Sons, Dr. Krasnow, Best Buy Fuel, Pasquarello Electric, and Pasquarello Mechanic present New Haven, Connecticut's The Cannonball, Kenny Horton. And working next to him, driving the number 35, from Southington, Connecticut, it's Dennis Charette. Our 5th row is the number 10 machine that is Doug Colby out of Milford, Connecticut. And next to him, driving the number 97 from Cheshire, Connecticut, it is Frank Rocco. On the inside of row number 6, it will be the number 91 for Jeffrey Paul of Ledyard, Connecticut. And hanging out next to him, driving the 31 from Waterford, it's Sean Monahan. 13th starter will be the number 27 machine. That is Ledyard, Connecticut's Tyler Chadwick.
Frank Muchacharo crowding him in the 2nd row. Jimmy Warner has turned him loose. It's a good solid start for both Gada and Fox, but like a blockbuster, Dennis Gada has moved out into the lead. Fox not giving up. He's hanging there right with him, and Muchacharo inches ahead of Don Fowler in the battle for 3rd. Also a fast start for Diego Monahan in the 81. Janovic is in the upper echelon in car number 51. The best battle is for 3rd and 4th. Now on the outside, Don Fowler. He moves into 3rd, and he's challenging Tommy Fox for 2nd. And from 4th to 2nd in less than a lap, Don Fowler has pulled off an amazing move. Don Fowler is getting better with age. What an electrifying move he made to become a contender. Now Diego Monahan trying to do the same thing against Frank Muchacharo. Here comes Diego. He bookies his way into 4th place. Don Fowler will try to attack the 3 of Gada, which has a pretty sturdy lead. 4 laps into the race. Trouble Muchacharo is knocked around. He goes into the grass. Let's see if he can get that car moving again. It looks like the SOS is out for Frank Muchacharo, and we have our first gold 4 laps into the race. Gada accelerates first. Now let's see if Fowler can play catch-up. He is being pestered by Diego Monahan in car number 81. Monahan trying to move into 3rd ahead of Fox. Gada is able to escape the traffic. He reinserts himself into the front. Diego Monahan, as he fireballs his way into 3rd. Frank Rocco has it hooked up on the outside. Normally, Frank Rocco is a bottom feeder. He likes a bottom groove, but he is set up to go high, moving into 4th place. So Frank Rocco has come from far back. He started 10th, and he now has a 4th place car. Dennis Gada is the ringleader of this SK Modified Circus. Best battle is deeper in the pack. Doug Colby trying to get the upper hand on the outside against Fox. He succeeds. So Tommy Fox is in free fall. He started on the outside of the front row. He is now 8th. Contact, a little trouble as the car gets back onto the speedway. So a good recovery by Dennis Charette, as Charette almost found himself in a dirt track situation, and he made a pretty good recovery. Tommy Fox in jeopardy of losing another spot, this time to Rob Janovic, and Janovic able to complete the move. Some open space between Dennis Gada and Don Fowler as we have completed the first 10 laps.
And Gada continues to lead the way as they come off 4. Fowler with Diego Monahan pressuring him for that 2nd spot. And on the back bumper of Monahan is the 97 of Frank Rocco. Monahan takes a little gander to the inside of Fowler. Now here comes Rocco to the outside of Monahan. He'll look to power around the 81 as they go into turn 1. Side by side. Rocco and Monahan. Fowler gets clipped. Monahan over the front end of Don Fowler, and he'll be tapped by his brother further on down the backstretch. Yellow will fly. 24 laps left. flag as they roll off 4, get ready to go. Green flag is in the air. Drag race on into turn 1, and they come together, both Gada and Rocco. And with a save worthy of a goalie, Dennis Gada hangs onto that machine, and they continue to battle down the backstretch. Soft turn number 4, tied together, Gada and Rocco. At full speed, they gallop into turn number 1. It is Gada by inches, but Rocco hanging on his on his right side as they go down the backstretch, still side by side. Gada surges 4, then Rocco. It's Gada right now at the stripe with the lead as they go into 1. Doug Colby right behind them, waiting to see what happens. Here comes the 51 of Rob Janovic. Around off the backstretch is the 19 of Kenny Horton as he slides into the infield. Will stay under green. It's Gada and Rocco battling in turn number 1. Also, Colby and Janovic as they go down the backstretch. Colby hanging on to the 3rd spot. Janovic to the outside. Dennis Charette is 4th. Andrew Burr has moved to the 5th spot. And Jeff Paul is in 6th. Now it is Rocco with the lead as they go into turn number 3. Dennis Gada runs 2nd. Colby to the inside of Janovic as that battle rages on for the 3rd spot. They'll go into turn number 1. Janovic has gone around the 10 of Colby. He'll run 3rd. Charette is 5th. Rocco looks to pull away from the 3 of Gada as they come off turn number 4. He's opened up a car length advantage. Now it is Gada looking to hold off Janovic as Colby goes to the outside of Janovic in turn 2. Colby looks to pull even as they come off turn number 3. Halfway home, it is Rocco, Gada, Janovic, Colby battling for the 3rd and 4th spot. Charette is 5th, and Anthony Burr runs 6th. 7th is Jeff Paul. 8th is Sean Monahan, and 9th the 71 of Jeff Pearl. Burr is around, and he'll be tapped by the 27 of Tyler Chadwick. Yellow will fly on the speedway once again. Will hit the white line. Green flag is in the air. Rocco has the jump on Gada. He'll lead the field in turn number 1. Gada now falls into the 2nd spot. Colby 3rd. The 51 of Janovic is 4th. Jeff Paul has moved into the 5th spot. And on the outside is Jeff Pearl as he challenges now for that 5th spot with the 91 of Jeff Paul. It is Frank Rocco with the lead through turn number 2. Now here comes Colby to the outside of Gada. He'll take a peek. He's not able to complete the pass as they go into turn number 3. Off 4, Rocco. Gada on his back bumper and trailed by Colby, Janovic. And now Pearl has moved into the 5th spot. Colby will try one more time as they go into turn number 3 to get underneath Dennis Gada. They'll come off 4. It's still Gada with the spot. 13 laps left. Colby to the outside as they go off turn number 2, and down the backstretch, it is Frank Rocco with Dennis Gada and Doug Colby.
And Jeff Pearl started this race in 15th position. He has moved up to 5th, down to the final 12 laps. Frank Rocco, caution out. Mishap in turn 4. So as soon as he crosses the red stripe, the moment is now, and Rocco gets off to a dynamite start. Let's see if Gada can hang with him as they go into turn 2. Gada getting the momentum. Gada getting the lead by a half a car. Can he clear Rocco? The answer is yes. New leader, Gada, but for how much longer? Here comes Rocco on the bottom. Rocco with the power position on the bottom groove. Trying to recapture the lead. Fox is stranded on the bottom of the track. The yellow comes out. Well, it was a great 2 laps, wasn't it? As Dennis Gada on the outside barnstormed his way into the lead, and it looked like Frank Rocco was just about to get his groove back when the car of Tommy Fox just called it quit. So you can join us here at the Speedbowl. Restart, Gada, another electrifying start. This time Rocco trying to make a move on the outside. Instead, he tucks it in underneath Dennis Gada. So Rocco, instead of racing Gada, decides to follow him. The side-by-side battle is for 3rd and 4th. Colby on the outside. He looks tough against Janovic, but Janovic more than holds his own. Colby close enough to siphon the gas out of Janovic's car. Now he is close enough to take over 3rd place as they stampede across the stripe by about the width of a potato chip. Colby has the advantage. Jeff Pearl in 5th, holding off Jeff Paul. Sean Monahan also moving strongly in 7th. And what a comeback for Don Fowler in car number 26. He looked finished at the start of the race. He has invaded the top 10. Sean Monahan making a power move underneath Paul. Sean, the speedy man from Waterford, Connecticut, has moved into the top 7. Meanwhile, at the front of the field, the sparks continue to fly between Janovic and Kobe. That's one of the best races of the evening right there. Down to the final 6 laps. Dennis Gada trying for his 51st career victory. I think Frank Rocco might be conserving his car, ready to make one more lunge on the outside. We'll see if that's the strategy for the 97. Meanwhile, Kobe making things interesting. He has regained 3rd place, now has momentum, has a run on the outside of Rocco. So Rocco has his hands full, holding off Kobe. He shrugs him off momentarily. 4 laps to go. It is a doozer between 4 cars who can fit inside a Dixie Cup. Gada, Rocco, Kobe, and the 51 of Rob Janovic. A little bit of cushion for Gada. He'll need it as they come scorching across the stripe. Moving to the outside, Frank Rocco. Is that what he plans to do? Now he hugs the white line. Side-by-side battle between Kobe in the 10, Janovic in the 51, yellow out. Car racked up against the fence. It looks like Miller. Gada moves. Rocco trying to retaliate. They go into turn 1. Rocco has the advantage. Here comes Gada. A great counterpunch as he regains the lead. Kobe moves into 3rd ahead of Janovic. They come slithering their way off the 4th corner. Gada is the leader. 2 laps to determine the winner.
Dennis Gada leading the field in turn number 1. Frank Rocco right there on his back bumper, further back in the field, slides up the track. We will stay green. White flank in the air. Here's Dennis Gada chased by Rocco. Side-by-side battle between Janovic and Kobe for the 3rd spot. It is Jeff Pearl in 5th. Down the backstretch, just 2 turns left. Dennis Gada fires into turn number 3. He'll jettison off turn number 4. Race to the stripe. It's Dennis Gada with the win. Finishing in 2nd was the 97 of Frank Rocco. 3rd was grabbed by the 51 of Rob Janovic.
Races. Pulling into the start-finish line, ladies and gentlemen, another breathtaking run for the 6-time champion, Dennis Gada. Well, Dennis, I would have to say that was one of the most exciting restarts of your career on the outside groove. Not only were you able to catch Frank Rocco, you were able to clear him. How did you pull it off?
I'll tell you, Frank was giving me a heck of a run there. We had a great race going there. I know what it's like now for other people. When I was, 4 or 5 years ago when we were driving Harry's car, we could pass everybody on the outside. I know what that was like for everybody else now because he was giving me a heck of a run on the outside. Just wouldn't go away. And he finally got me, but there's a bunch of rubber up on top of turn 2 stuck to the track, so we get a good run off of there. And that one time I had to restart outside of him, we were able to get that run. So it's a credit to Larry's Auto Machine, Head Insurance, Bennett Excavating, Heat Incorporated, Serve Pro of Norwich, Auto Glass of New England, Jupiter Graphics, everybody that pitches in. Bob Morgan, my dad, my brother, my son, everybody on the crew. Just thrilled to be in Victory Lane after last week. What a a rough weekend that was.
Well, it's also a credit to this man, ladies and gentlemen. His 51st career victory was one of his most exciting. How about one more hand for Dennis Gada?